Hey, hey, Bubble on deck. Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. And I'm looking for Melly. Cool, cool, cool. We're gonna get started in a little bit. Hey, Melly, long time. I love
Hey,
it. I
how's
love
it
it.
going?
Good. I don't know what's up with my Bluetooth. Hold on, let me try to fix my Bluetooth real quick, and then if not, I just do without it because I want to make
Sounds
sure you
good.
can. I don't know if the background noise is like tripping. How's everybody doing? I need, like, while we're waiting for me, Melly, tell them if you're working on anything right now, if you just dropped some new music, just like introduce yourself to the lovely people.
Hello, everybody. My name is Meli Malavasi, singer-songwriter from Costa Rica. And for now, I'm just working on producing some new music. No new music for now, but very excited to keep producing and, other producers. Very, very cool and exciting new things. It's getting very nice.
I gotta figure this out. Give me a second. Keep talking.
Figure this out.
Much
Yeah,
better now.
I can hear
Cool.
you. Hmm.
All right. So
Awesome.
we're going live to talk about a very important topic, human trafficking. Very serious subject, and I want to shout out Melly one because she's the reason why I decided to tell my story. It actually happened very recently. She posted. Actually, you talk Melly, and then I'll go. But she inspired me to go ahead and share my story because it's a very serious topic. But go ahead.
Yeah, basically what happened was it was last week on Friday. My husband and I, we live in here in LA, and we actually live in a pretty safe neighborhood. So it's like we went for our regular runs in the morning, and it was around 7 a.m. It wasn't even like nighttime or anything. And we were just around the block, and we saw this very, very strange van parked in the side of a lot. Like this street has an empty lot on the side. And so we were just like, passing by, and we saw this van, and then all of a sudden,
What color was the van?
it was
Sorry.
white. It was a white van, and it had like an out of state license plate from Tennessee. And so we were just noticing that the guy was, opening the door and having a smoke or something. But I mean, we didn't see the guys. That was the other thing. Anyways, we kept running and we kept going like for about like, half of an hour of a mile or something like that. And then my husband noticed that, these guys were following us, and we were, at this point I was still oblivious. I was unaware that all this stuff was happening. I was just focusing on like, how good can I run? How fast can I run? How, all this stuff. What type of music am I listening? And then he basically saw out of the corner of his eye the van that was following us, and he just run like this and keep staring at the van for like 2 minutes or so. And and when the guy from the van realized, oh my god, he knows that that we're staring at him, then he basically changed lanes and took off. And it was, and my husband was like, did you see that? Like, we were just being followed. And so I was just like, at that point, it was almost like a rock hit me. It was so intense that I was just like, I can't believe that I didn't even notice all this stuff was happening around the block where I always run, where nothing, freaky has happened during the last 3 years or so, you know?
Hmm.
Um, and so at the end, it just really got me thinking. That day, basically, I couldn't like move. It was very traumatic for me. I was like thinking of myself, like putting myself in the shoes of somebody else who actually could have been taken, you know. And so I was just thinking, I have to somehow post this today. I'm not ready, but during the week, next week, maybe today. I'm gonna post it and raise some awareness for human trafficking, because it can happen to anybody at any time. And I was honestly very, very glad that my husband was there with me, you know, protected me and all this stuff. But what if I would have been alone? Most of the time I'm running alone, by the way. So,
Yep. And with headphones
um,
on, right?
yeah.
Like you
Oh
listen to
yeah.
music. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's very, very scary. But yeah, you can share your story now with us because I know that
Yeah.
you mentioned that too.
So it's so crazy. It happened to me, I think, last week, but I'm very low key, so I didn't even say nothing about it. I just kept it pushing. And then when I saw Melly posted about hers, I was like, yo, this is happening too much and too often. Like they're looking for women and children especially, but they were actually very bold to try to pick up you while you're with your husband. That's crazy to me. But
Man.
yeah, if they have like weapons or whatever, they can definitely take on whoever. So I thought it was just very beneficial for me to just come on live and talk about mine too, because I just was gonna not even say anything. I of course told like my sisters, nieces, whatever, but I didn't like publicly say something, and so now I want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
reading comments. Yeah, but so last week I was coming home. So I should just say this. I'm originally from Brooklyn, but right now I'm in North Carolina. But I'm in the country, and that's what shocked me too, because Melly's in big city, whatever. I'm not in a big city. Well, it's semi big, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
not big at all, like where I'm
Yeah.
at. I'm like out in the boonies. So
Yeah. That's
so
intense.
literally
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
happening all over the US. But anyway, all jokes aside, like I was driving home, and it's so funny. I think maybe because of from Brooklyn, I have a bunch of instincts on just like I watch people anyway, because I'm usually walking dolo when I'm in New York. So I was like, I already know to look out for people. I don't trust people like that. Like, so it's crazy too, because I watch a lot of HLN and a lot of like killing shows and stuff. So I'll be already aware that like people out here will get you. So anyway,
Yeah.
I'm driving and I see this unmarked white van, and so I'm gonna pass them like perpendicular like this. The van is sitting here and I'm here, or I should say I'm here and I'm about to pass them. And I saw that it was unmarked, and I have no idea why. I was hooded up so I could look like a dude. Like they didn't see all the big hair and stuff. So I just covered my mouth and drove by. And I don't even know why that kind of instinct is in me. But
Uh-huh.
like for some reason, I was like, what is this long white van unmarked doing out here at night in the country for no reason? So I
Yeah.
just covered my mouth so they couldn't see I was a female. I drive by and they turn out right behind me. So I make a left. I see this. It's a post office on the side, right? By the way, the parking lot that they were in was like a supermarket.
Oh.
So it's a post office down the side. I turn, they follow me. I see two cars coming opposite me. So I just got in the middle lane, like pretend I'm going to just go to the post office and just see what they do and let them go in front of me. They did not even get in the middle lane like they were turning to the post office. They stayed on the side of me, but slightly behind, and waited like they wanted to turn into the post office. By the way, I
That's
like the
oh
two
my God.
cars that were passing by me. After the first car, I could have went, but I waited longer because I wanted to make sure they went in front of me. And they didn't
Mhm.
go in front of me. They waited like they were going to the post office. So I turned around. I'm like, okay, I'm not going home. You're definitely not going to follow me home. We're not going to play that game.
Yeah.
So I turned out of the post office. I go back to the store that they were at. They turned around with me and went back to the store too. So there
Oh
were
my
two
God.
stores in that parking lot. Now, you just came out of that store, so I know you don't have to go back in it. So
Yeah.
there were two stores there. So I went to this first store and they went past me like they were going to the other store. So then
Oh.
I'm like, I'm not leaving until they leave this parking lot. You're not following me home. That's not what we're about to play right now. So they
That's
didn't leave. So
my
then I went to find them. And I don't recommend people do this, but I don't know, wired a little bit differently. Anyway, I went to their van, like behind them, because I was like, I'm getting the license plate. And I test my sister the license plate. It was North Carolina plates. They were in the right state, but it was still unmarked. And I saw in the back of the van, like when you can look through the window, it was like that, that like crisscross like steel gate or whatever. So I'm
oh
like, what they
God.
need that for?
Oh
This
my
is not
God.
funny, but it is. But anyway, um, so I took like a 3-second video. I thought I was taking a photo, but I was taking a video. So I had their license plate and I texted to my sister just in case I don't end up at home because I was minding their business or something. But
Yeah, yeah. Oh
so
God.
what
I'm
happened
so
after
glad
that?
that oh my God, it's just
Yeah,
so
this is not
stressful.
like, so
This
I'm
sounds
laughing now because I'm always laughing, but I was not smiling that night. But anyway, I took a video of their license plate and I saw two dudes come out of the store with one empty like cardboard box, as if they had went in the store and asked the cashier, like, you have any boxes or whatever. So they each had one. It was kind of small. So if you were moving or something like that and you were doing something legit, you probably would have got more than one box. But so I let them get in their box, in their car, and I like was taking the video while if they were looking, like I was trying to be seen so they would know if you was planning on bothering me, pick somebody else. So then they left and they got back on the street and I started following them. They went further down the street to another store. And I was like, they're definitely looking for somebody because you just came out of the store, you went back to the store, and now you went to another store down the street. You are not looking for boxes because you would have got more than one box, and I know what's up. So I was like, I remember maybe like several years ago, I used to have a TV show where I would expose scammers to help indie artists. And it was like that. I'm the type that would blast the person. So I wanted to like blast their license plate, but I just had like left it alone. I was just like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. You didn't get me. Try another day. I'm always like watching and like whatever. So
Yeah.
it was
Oh
just
my
like
God.
coincidental that you would share your story like less than a week later. So I was like, no, I need to talk about it. And just about how often it's happening. And if you're not watching, if you're out here with like headphones on and just like chilling, you can easily get snatched up. Like
Yeah.
so simple.
And it's very quick too. Like you don't even have time to realize or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is very. But now we see a pattern here. Like the vans are completely white,
Yep.
and like the
They're
back of the
unmarked.
van, yeah, they're unmarked, and the back of the one that we saw actually was all white, including
The window.
the window on the back was painted white.
Yep.
So you couldn't see anything inside the van, right? It was just like
Mm-hmm.
the drivers. That's the only thing that you could see. So just, watch out for that. And one thing that we did do was to file an iWatch report,
Okay.
because we didn't file like a police report because there was no crime committed. So
Mm-hmm.
if you actually, file a police report, then you're committing a crime because there's no crime committed.
Mm-hmm.
But what this does is this is like a suspicious activity report that you can
Okay.
file in any of your cities, and so that makes the police aware, and you give them like where were you at what time, what type of suspicious activity you were involved in, and all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff, so they can
Yep.
follow up. In LA is the lapdonline.org /iWatchLA.
Oh God, I
That's
wish I
the
was
one.
prepared. I'm like in this video, maybe I'll put this video on IGTV or whatever and share whatever the North Carolina one is. But man, I was like zipped, moved on. I know what happened, but now when I saw you share it, then that made me be like, no, I probably should say something just to speak out on how often it's happening and how quick they can snatch you up, because it's real out here. The kids, the
Yeah.
wives, the whoever, whether it's organs or sex trafficking or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's very scary because I do know of a friend that saw like a little like a little girl and the mom in a parking lot, and they were just coming from getting groceries or whatever, and
Mm,
then the girl was taken, and then the mom couldn't do
yeah.
anything. So like it's very, very scary. So yeah, I just want to be here, and I wanted to post that because I really, really think that raising awareness and using your mind as
Mhm.
your biggest weapon is
Mhm.
the most important thing. Like you just use your brain, use your common sense, be aware. I grew up in a city where people would just shout out you so many things on the street, so I kind of ignored
Mm.
things that are happening around me, and so at the end I'm like, okay, this was a huge awakening for me, right now as a single person, and who knows, maybe later on with kids or whatever, you just never know. You just have to be aware.
Mhm.
And I just really, really appreciate that you wanted to also come in and do this whole life thing, because I feel like this is not really talked about, and it's just
Yeah.
very important.
Yep. So yeah, we don't plan on answering questions. We just wanted to share this story. Unless you want to answer questions, Melly.
I
But
can't
I don't
see
know if
the
anybody has.
questions, so I don't know.
Oh. Um. Please post it either both your IG pages. Yeah. Okay. So we'll definitely share. I'll send you the video, Melly, and we can
Uh-oh.
definitely share this
Wait, sorry.
after.
There we
Um.
go.
I don't see any
Okay.
questions. I don't know that I could even answer any. I just wanted to I just wanted to share like what's going on and how close it is to your children, your brothers, your sisters, your nieces, your nephews. Like if you, especially if you have kids, like and you're shopping, Do not let them out of your sight. Do not let them run in the next aisle and be like, oh, are you over there playing? Because they're probably not. They probably already got snatched up. Because a lot of them are walking in the stores and like watching to see who's not watching their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind. Stay safe. Don't catch that COVID. Be beautiful. Stay sweet. Bubble on deck. Thank you, Melly, for joining me. Yeah.
Thank you
That's
so
it. That's all
much.
we
You're
have.
amazing,
All
and I
right.
appreciate this time. All right. Have a
All right.
great day and stay
Bye.
safe out there.
Yes, stay safe
Bye
always.
bye.